The reason people are getting out of silver. I visited my local coin shop today, and my dealer told me that silver, as we know it, is dead. The momentum we've had over the last 2 months is gone. I'm going to break this down and show you how this insanity is hitting us, how this insanity is hitting the regular guy, the silver stacker. Check this out. I want you to be prepared for what is happening. Now, it's no surprise that beginning 2 months ago, when we first had this jump in silver price, it's not a surprise that people started cashing out. That's what happens when we see a big leap in price. And silver was so terribly stagnant for a solid 2 years. We were hovering between $22 to $24. So when we finally got that jump, yes, people started cashing out. But it's still going on. It's still happening. People are bringing in their silver. They're cashing out their silver. It's been 2 months, and it's still happening. So that is shocking. But what's also happening, and this is what my dealer was relaying to me, is that it's starting to feel as we follow the spot price. This is according to, he's been in this game for even longer than I have, decades and decades. He's an older gentleman. And what we're starting to see with the spot price is that we could be hitting a moment of stagnation in price. This $30 to $31, $32, this small range, we could be hovering here for the same amount of time that the past 2 years had us hovering from $22 to $24. I'm going to let that sink in for a minute, because that's really a difficult pill to swallow, right? If this is it, if this is our jump, and we're not going to be moving up, we're just going to spend another year, another 2 years hovering at this price around $30 to $32, it will start to feel that same frustrated feeling that we've had, and I certainly had it for these past 2 years where we were stuck there. So people are feeling that. But what's happening on the ground, what's happening in his shop, is that wealthy people are making big purchases. They're coming in, they're making massive purchases. I mean, jaw-dropping, like hundreds of thousands of dollars in silver. Really, these are wealthy people really placing a bet. I mean, sure, it's a safe store of wealth, but that is a bet. Come on. That's a large amount of money to put into a metal that is, they're not putting into gold, they're putting into silver. While that's happening, we are not seeing the regular guy, you and I, silver stackers, coming in to the local shop to buy silver. And that's really a big shift. We're seeing, it was not a surprise when this first started 2 months ago. Right? This is what my dealer was telling me. It wasn't a surprise to see people, sure, cash out when the price is high, okay. But it's been 2 months now. And silver is, for the past week or two, we've been leveling off. So to see that the regular guy isn't coming back as is expected to buy silver rounds, right? Silver bars, 1 ounces, right? 5 ounces, 10 ounces, just like the amount that we stack. You and I as silver stackers. He's not seeing that in his shop. And yes, this goes completely against everything that we see on social media with coin shops saying, oh, these bullion shops saying, I can't keep silver on the shelf. It's just, they're flying off the shelf. That is not what I'm seeing here in my local coin shops. And my dealer just today, when I spoke to him, he's absolutely not seeing that. He's got a ton of silver. He's got a ton of product. People are cashing still every day. They're bringing in silver. They're cashing out silver. They're getting cash in their hand, or they're getting a check. When he gets really overwhelmed, he'll write them checks. But they're not buying. They're not buying the small amount. That is the biggest difference that is happening from today compared to 2 months ago. Is the regular guy, the silver stacker, is not coming in for that small amount. So what this tells me is we might be in for that long stretch of a stagnant price like we had for the past 2 years. And when that happens, we really need, I'll tell you, because I've been in this game for years. I've been stacking silver, and if you've been stacking silver as long as I have, you've been in this for decades, then that's when you really need to stay the course and know that this is a long haul, and that the market changes, it shifts and changes, and it doesn't mean, when I talk about the past 2 years being stagnant, it doesn't mean it's going to be another 2 years. It could be a few months, but you'll be surprised. If you're new to silver stacking, you'll be surprised how many people jump ship. They just get impatient and they jump out. If you're enjoying this content, please hit like, please hit subscribe. I always forget to say that. It really helps to get this information out there. I always forget. So this is the time where we stay the course. If now there are of course many moving parts that could prove my dealer wrong. There's data coming out tomorrow, and there's moves being made just today. There's a big shift going on at the EU with their interest rate, and that's impacting silver. So there's moving pieces. This is not necessarily an absolutely doom and gloom scenario for our price to be stagnant. There are moving pieces, and those pieces are coming at us really in short term. I'm talking the next few weeks.